أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين، خاتم النبيين مولانا أبي القاسم محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين. أما بعد، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وآل Muhammad. Respected scholars, my elders, my brothers, my mothers and my sisters, Salaam alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We discussed in detail yesterday about greeting each other, saying salams to each other. It's a very simple act to make friends. Somebody, a stranger, or somebody who's got some enmity or some distance with yourself, just say salam, and it's got a very abracadabra automatic effect on him. Just khali salam karu, udu change the jai. And you never expected him to be close, he becomes close. But as we mentioned yesterday, the style has changed, and a lot of ways of how they, greet each other. Like somebody brought to my attention yesterday, you forgot to mention yo. Yo is another way of saying salam. So now, this is, I don't know from where these things come. Like something good happening, they'll say, wow. There's no mashallah. Mashallah is backward. Salam alaikum is backward. These are so many things we're losing our tradition from the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. And if they say salam, to they will say, wa alaykum assalam, just making mockery. Or like we said yesterday, salam, and just to make fun of it. Otherwise, they want their way. They want salam of their, but their salam is not going to be any beneficial. The salam that is taught to us by Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam is what is going to remain. It is a dua. Simple, it's a dua. And that dua will definitely have an effect. One other practice, together with doing salams, which is strongly advised by Ma'asumin alayhimus salam, is to shake each other's hands. This is very important when we are greeting. Ek bijana haath apne shake kare. It is narrated from our sixth Imam, Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi. Imam keche कि when you do salam in a gathering, their salam is complete only by shaking hands. Is salam aduru reh jayes. It's halfway. It is only complete when you shake each other's hands. And one who has returned from the journey, it is his right that you hug him. Not only greet him, shake his hand, you hug him, welcome him back. That is what we are supposed to do to somebody who has come back from safari. There's a nice incident of a fifth Imam, Imam Muhammad Baqir salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi. He was traveling with his companion, both on their mounts. Him on his mount, Imam on his mount. And when they reached the destination, the companion comes down. Imam comes down, goes to him, shakes his hand, and asks him of his well-being, despite they were traveling together. Mola, apne to saath hi tha. You still got down. When I was down, you came to me, you shook my hands, and you asked me, tame alright cho? Yeah, okay. Of course, the companion would feel honored. This is something coming from the Imam. And who wouldn't? Even normally, if we are going together, and your friend comes to you and says, He shakes your hand and asks you, you're okay, everything is fine. The companion in his curiosity asks about this honor. Why this honor? The honor of Imam shaking your hands. And then he says, Mola, why others don't take it seriously about shaking hands? Why they don't shake hands the way you have done to me? Others don't take it very seriously. The fifth Imam replies, he says, perhaps you don't know, or probably they don't know, about the excellence of shaking hands. Excellence of shaking hands. He says, during the period when two believers remain engrossed in shaking hands and meeting each other, all the while they're doing this, their sins fall off from them like trees shed leaves, and till they do not separate their hands, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looks at them with kindness. Islam is simple religion, Allah. So nice, so beautiful. Imagine we have to do so many amals to seek forgiveness. Nano kam. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just looking for an excuse how to forgive us. Our sixth Imam, Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi, he explains the etiquette of shaking hands. Haath ek bijane kevi ritna diya apne. He says, when the Holy Prophet Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam shook hands with a person, the Holy Prophet, when he's shaking hands with a person, he would not retract his hand. Haath pacho nahi le le. Until that person retracts his hand. Jar sudi e haath pote na le pachal, Rasul Khuda na le. How we shake hands. Many of us sometimes, we do it disdainfully, as if we don't want to. There is a lot of benefit in shaking hands. And then the sixth Imam explains, in another tradition, the significance for the shaking hands. Beautiful, beautiful. When you greet each other, Imam says, this is the blessing and the beauty of Islam. Blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you just shake hands, Imam says, the malice, kapat je hoy, kina, bughs, dilma, Imam says, from the hearts is cleared by this shaking of hands of each other. Khali ekbijane haath devathi, dilo saaf thai che ekbija vaste. It is narrated from both these Imams, fifth and sixth Imam, alayhim assalam, they're saying that the believer, this is very interesting. Listen to this. Amazing, amazing benefits. When the believer goes out to meet another believer, bare jai ko bijane malwa, subject to the condition that he is aware of his right. Kyana hako suche. And he goes to meet him. Imam says, for every step, just going to meet him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala records one deed for him. And for every step, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala erases one sin. And for that every step, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevates him one rank. When he knocks the door of that believer, Jeni Malwagyo, as soon as he knocks, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opens the doors of heavens for him. And when they shake hands, hug each other, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala glances at them with the glance of mercy. Khali malwa jai. See the benefits, then continues. Hadith doesn't stop here. And boastfully now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala boastfully now talks to the angels and tells them, Jo tame. See these believer servants who have met each other for my pleasure and who are friends of each other for my sake. Thus, it is obligatory on me that I should not punish them henceforth. Just Small act. Ilyahul Muttaqeen. If you want to know the book, that is the book by Allama Majlisi. When the believer returns from there, now coming back home, still not over. Many angels, Allah sends them to accompany him, who are equal to the number of his breaths, number of his steps, number of his words. They remain with him to protect him from worldly calamities until the same hour the following day. Baporna to kal bapor sudi 24 kalak is under protection just for this act. They went to meet his brother, his believing brother, and a hard time po, and a hug kero, and he sate be wat kero se, abadi ni'mat Allah, abada rewards. And if he dies, aje ne kal wachma, jo any maut thai, wafat thai, he is saved from the chastisement of the day of judgment. And the person who was paid a visit, if he was aware of his right, he also gets the same amount of reward. Not only the one who came to meet him, even he himself who was met, he gets the reward also. My brothers, my mothers, my sisters, few important points. One, somebody mentioned ke haath chumo. Is it allowed? We checked from Agha Sistani's answers. To kiss the scholar's hand, the teacher's hand, ma-baap na hath, excellent. But now if you want to kiss the elder's hand, is it prohibited? There is no prohibition anywhere. Agha does not prohibit, nor does he mention that it is makruh. So, if we have that magaj mahoi ki apre koi buzurg no hath chumi na shake, then I don't think that holds any water, because it is not specifically mentioned in any of the risala of Agha. Number two, sometimes this is very bad. Would rather not do it. We'd rather not greet somebody. Sometimes we greet each other and shake hands with words of sarcasm. And our khan kare, but you know the eyes are not with you, the words are not with you, the heart is not with you. Don't do that. You're killing him. But you're not only killing him, you're getting Allah's wrath. Akka meinani jetli mehnat apne kare, and you use sarcasm on your brothers or sisters, is the worst kind of a sin. And he writes, you're destroying him. Don't do that. You'd rather not meet him. You'd rather not call him tam haila jao. Nathi gamto ne, manas mukido. Pan tutkaro ne. Don't use the words of sarcasm. You're killing everything. Because let's not forget, apne kadaj hide kare, ene kadaj khabar na pare, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows fully our attention. Intentions are all clear to Allah. We can't hide from Him. And finally, tomorrow inshallah, the moon is sight, it will be Eid, mostly. We'll meet each other tomorrow by shaking hands, by hugging each other. Humble request to all of us, let's do it with love. Let's do it with sincerity. Let's remove the malice from our hearts. Ek bijane bete dil thi. Bygones are bygones. We may have hurt each other, fine. We don't need to tell him, boss, sorry, bana geka leta ne kai dukhai vonya, muki dio. Just a broad smile, loving words. Just greet him. Everything is removed. The rewards are mind-boggling. And we've seen from the hadith. Akko meino apne kevai che, seek forgiveness, seek forgiveness, seek forgiveness. Come the end of the holy month of Ramadan, the hadith says, if you are not forgiven, then you're the most unfortunate. Wait until when? Next Ramadan. Or in between is Arafah, for you to be forgiven. This is gift. This is an extra gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's meet each other. Kadaj meinama, kadaj. આખો મહિનો ગયો આપણો વેસ્ટમાં ગયો, વાંધો નહીં, કે ડોન્ટ પ્રોબ્લેમ, તમારો બંદો છો, મને તને જન્મ નથી નાખું, વાન્ટ ટુ ગીવ યુ ગિફ્ટ્સ એન્ડ બૂન્સ. એકબીજાને મળે, હગ કરે, એકબીજાને માફી, એ જરૂર જ નથી. those words of love, those words of appreciation, those duas, that's enough. બસ એના દિલમાંથી જે દુઆ નીકળશે તમારા વાસ્તે, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to erase all the sins. So inshallah, let's meet each other with love, compassion, and with duas for each other's progress and well-being in life. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Surah al-Mubarakat al-Fatiha. In case for those who are not aware, one of our elderly ladies, Marhuma Kushid by Muhammad Hussain Nasser, has passed away. She is Sajjad Somji's mother. Probably if you have not read the messages, the Mayyat time inshallah is at 4 p.m. from the GIC here. So would like if all of us can attend, the better inshallah. Surah al-Mubarakat al-Fatiha. زيارة. السلام عليك يا رسول الله، السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين، السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدتي نساء العالمين، السلام عليك يا حسن المجتبى، السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين وعلى أخيك أبو